All right, Paul.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Malty Monday. We are looking at any rye beer. Let me go ahead and welcome in our panel tonight. We have miscellaneous brew reviews,
Cheers.
Georgia beer review, John Millie, Michael Kormeroff, the rye legend,
Hello.
drunken one,
Hey. Cheers, gang.
Ronald the dad.
Ronald the Dad.
Yeah, it's wearing a quarter shirt.
And the next guy, we're going to say, happy birthday, Beer Man.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man. It's
Cheers
beer
to that.
time,
Thank you.
beer man.
Appreciate it.
And then we have Shadio and myself, Bumpy Road. Let me go ahead. There's no real good write-ups on BJCP for any rye beer per se. They kind of focus more on the German rye beer, and unless somebody brought a German rye beer tonight, then it's really not going to hit what the notes are. So I'm just going to read off what Beer Advocate kind of talks about with rye beers. It says, in darker versions, malt flavor can optionally include low roasted malt characters evident as cocoa, chocolate, or caramel, and or aromatic toffee-like caramel or biscuit-like characters. Low-level roasted malt astringency is acceptable when balanced with low to medium malt sweetness. Hop flavor is low to medium high. Hop bitterness is low to medium. These beers can be made using either ale or lager yeast. The addition of rye to a beer can add a spicy or pumpernickel character to the flavor and finish. Color can also be enhanced and may become more red from the use of rye. The ingredients has come into vogue in the recent years in everything from stouts to lagers, but is especially popular with the craft brewers and IPAs. To be considered an example of the style, the grain bill should include sufficient rye, such as that rye character is evident in the beer. All right. Well, let's welcome in our chat as well. Hello, everybody. Burley Sullivan, Bearman, Thrash, Life, Cheers. We got Middle Fruit. Wife is giving me the evening off. I can finally catch the stream live as it's happening. You could join if you have some type of a rye beer as well there, Paul.
Please do.
Mary and the Butch, cheers. And BC Beer Reviews is here. Cheers to you, BC. Shadio, Mark A. Evening, ladies, his famous line. Cheers to you, gal. Yeah, that's about it for the who's in here right now. Let's bring up our first panel member. Just gonna be Ron the Dad.
Now, this is from a company called Gnarly Barley. Gnarly Barley, Hammond, Louisiana. Just to let you know, somebody got some garble going on in the background. You hear that probably, that. See that? The beer is 6.6% alcohol. They use rye and two-row barley malt for the grains. It's spiced with, let's see if I can remember, Cascade and Columbus, and then it's dry hop with Citra, all right? You can see it's hazy and it's got some chunks in it. I mean, like literally chunks of stuff. I don't know what that is. Hope it's rye. Hope it's not something bad. But I mean, it's got big chunks. Maybe you can't see the chunks. I'm looking at some big gray chunks. Probably yeast, huh? Old dead yeast.
More than likely.
Probably, yeah.
So now it's a hazy day, and the chunks are floating, you know, descending to the bottom. I mean to say. So this is a honorary beer man birthday beer.
God. Yeah.
It smells spicy rye. It smells like spicy rye malt, like you say, pumpernickel bread or some sort of thing like that. Rye bread. Man. So that's nice. Now we go with the taste. You do get some pale, some white bread also. All right, just to the taste.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
I don't think anybody on this panel can get Radical Rye in their town. Am I right?
Mm-mm.
I've never heard of it.
I'm not sure. I have not pursued that or seen it. I've heard of gnarly barley though.
It tastes like a rye ice. Yeah, gnarly barley. They make Korova milk porter, Korova milk peanut butter porter. Tastes like a spicy rye IPA. You get rye spice. You get the white bread crust. You get sweet. I think on Cyclops probably 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness level. Well, honestly, it's not particularly bitter. I have to say, maybe 2.5 out of 5 hop cones, and that's pushing it. They say it's an IPA. Okay, well, okay, all right. A lot of people say a lot of stuff, but I don't know. Just more like a rye pale ale. Nice lacing. Body is medium. You get some kind of like grain chewiness in the body, as you might expect from something like this. The finish. It's mostly dry. I would recommend it, honestly. I would recommend it. Maybe it's not an IPA like it should be in a proper sense that way, but people jump a lot of times. It's a New England style, dummy. Not supposed to be as bitter and so on. I say, yeah, but it should have some bitterness, you know, you would think. It's very sweet and malty. But the flavor, just getting away from style for a minute, the overall flavor is enjoyable. It's good, and I like it, and I would recommend it. And too bad you probably never see it, but you might. It's, the score, I'll go with I think I'm gonna go with 91 out of 100 right now, 9.1 out of 10. Maybe it's a style thing throwing me. I do like the sugary sweetness, but I'm still gonna defer to the 9.1 out of 10, 9. I do like it, and now I'd be curious to watch the video, the rest of the thing, you know, as a viewer. And as far as promos, tomorrow morning at dawn, we've got a rye-oriented whiskey taste challenge because these Canadian whiskeys tend to be higher rye than American whiskey, so you get peppery spice. I've got Canadian Gold going up against the venerable Seagram's VO. which is more woody than rye, but still it does have that component. So that'll be interesting. Won't be much of a chance. I don't think Canadian Gold's gonna win. Seagram's VO's gonna whoop it. You know, it better whoop it because it was $17 versus $9.99. Okay, so
Deal
excuse
with
me.
Seagram.
It does. Well, thanks for letting me join, and y'all take care now.
All right.
You too,
Cheers,
Ron.
Ron.
Cheers, Ron.
Thank you for joining up tonight. Appreciate you coming on. Gotta find the right button. Cheers.
Cheers.
And miscellaneous.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
So yeah, tonight I've got a Boulevard product. This is a limited release. This is their 2021 Rye on Rye whiskey barrel aged ale. Yep, this is 14.3%, 33 IBUs, and I can tell you what's actually in this thing because the information's out there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so they're malts. They use pale rye, Munich, Cara, and crystal rye. The hops in this thing are Magnum, Citra, Styron Golding, and Anthem. And the adjuncts in this is brown sugar, and it is barrel aged in fresh rye, Templeton rye barrels from Templeton Distillery. All right, so yeah, let's pour this thing up. All right, so yeah, you got a nice, it's a deep amber, almost got a ruby hint to it. It's an off-white colored head with like a cream. It's 2 fingers, pretty soft looking, tight knit bubbles. Looks good, very effervescent for right now. Head's holding up pretty good for as big a beer as it is, 14%. So cheers, guys. I'm looking forward to digging into this. The last one I have, and I don't think I can get any more of these.
Nice. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers, Miss Lance.
Cheers.
All right. We got John and Nelly coming up now. He's muted, so there he goes.
Hey, Tiny Boy.
Hi. Beer man, happy birthday again, you little bastards. All right, so yeah, I'm looking at another Boulevard beer. This one, unfortunately, I can't get the Rye on Rye because the limit here in Georgia is 14%. I'm very pissed off that I couldn't find it because that sounds absolutely amazing. But what I do have is the Dark Truth from Boulevard. It's an Imperial Stout, clocks in at 9.7% ABV, 60 IBUs. A little bit of information on this beer from the Boulevard website. So they do use several different grains: barley, wheat, rye, of course, because we are looking at rye beers, and oats as well. They talk a little bit about the beer. I won't read into that. I'm gonna make my own opinions. But sounds like a good beer. It's interesting that they use so many grains in this: barley, wheat, rye, and oats. You don't really hear about too many beers or too many stouts that use that many different types of malt. So it should be interesting. I'll go ahead and pour it up.
Chat's rocking tonight.
What's that?
I said our chat's rocking tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's good times. Good times.
So, yeah.
Sorry.
There's your pour. Very nice. 3.5 finger. I would say that's going on beige almost. Dark tan, almost beige head. You've got some nice tight bubbles in there and a few big ones as well.
Yeah.
But relatively creamy head overall. And the appearance, sorry for the layer of the screen, but the appearance is pretty much jet black. So it's a good looking beer in the glass. We'll get into the aromas and the flavors next time around, but I haven't really been disappointed by Boulevard, and I'm hoping that this is a winner. So thanks for having me, BuMpy, and looking forward to getting into this beer. And happy birthday, Beer Man. I wish I had one of those little things I could, yeah. But anyway, cheers, everybody.
Fancy
I don't
party
know what they're
favors.
called.
Cheers,
You know
Jim.
what I'm talking
Party favors. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're called either.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
My beer is from Patchogue, Long Island, from Blue Point, which is an InBev company. And this is their Rastafari Ale, which is a West Coast rye IPA, 7.6% and 56 IBUs. Let me open it up and put it in the glass. Let's see what it looks like.
You look so happy drinking that.
I'm getting more of an Alex style head here, but
There you go.
it will calm down. Let's see. The coloration is kind of orange. I don't know if you can tell. I think it looks darker on the camera than it is. It's a little bit lighter orange than that. A lot of bubbles coming up, and I will come back with the nose and the taste next time around.
All right. Cheers, Michael.
Cheers.
We got Dio coming now.
Hi, gang. Thanks for having me. Multi Monday. I returned. Happy birthday, Beer Man. Yay. Happy birthday. We all heard Jesse's review. Well, I have a Boulevard product also, and the same one. Couldn't go wrong with that. It said rye twice on the bottle, so I figured that's got to be good enough for Jesse, right? So here we are. It is to remind you, it is the 30.
I think that was miscellaneous.
Sorry?
Miscellaneous. I haven't gone yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What am I thinking? I'm sorry. Miscellaneous. The wrong damn name, didn't I? All right. 14.3. If you remember, we were saying a while ago, it is 33 IBUs, and so I don't expect it to be better. Let's go and get it in the glass. Here we go. Pours out like a red color, maybe a little faster. In your glasses. Whoa, that didn't pour like his did, and my head has just simply gone away. All right. I have a faulty beer. I have 3 others to try to drink through tonight, too, so this ought to be fun. Cheers. Very, very red in color.
Cheers.
I can't wait to get into it. It smells a bit boozy, and I like it boozy. Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for making it, Dio.
Just remember, drunk one is 14.3. You don't have to drink them all tonight. You don't have
I know, right? You can send one my way, huh? Yeah, you mentioned it before.
All of them.
The other 3, thanks.
We got Chatty-O.
Not chatty.
Hey, Beer Man.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Only chatty will have that shit, right?
Of course I have this shit.
You guys rock. Thank you.
I wasn't expecting that to be me next. So I was like, oh, crap. So from Launchpad Brewing Company out of Aurora, Colorado, about to hit their 6th anniversary this coming weekend, I have their Missing E Red Rye Belgian Tripel. It says it's multi-bounce smooth, 8.1% ABV. I still can't get over this photo. The space shuttle going to the International Space Station. Pretty darn cool, but get my fancy Launchpad glass. Hopefully this doesn't blow up at me. A little bit. It's all good.
Wow.
It's going to be an Alex pour. It always is with these bombers. Alex is in the house.
Oh, geez, I guess he is. He's tripping on your floor.
But it's the color I was expecting, kind of a reddish amber hue. I got to let this thing settle down. Thanks, Alex. I didn't know you were here. And it's from Colorado. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice pour, Jen.
My face now.
Yeah. Like a true professional.
I hate these damn cans.
Hey.
There's Beer Man. Happy birthday.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it so much. Thanks, BuMpy.
You're
for
getting
letting me on
blurry
your
with your old age.
show. Yeah. Getting there. Yeah. So I had like 3. I had one barrel-aged one, and then I found a porter. And I'm just going with this one because it was the first one I found. And it's a farmhouse ale. It's a Saison, oak aged, dry hopped rye Saison, 5.2%. It's a sketchbook series from, here, I'll just show it to you for real quick. 5.2%. Farmhouse ale, Saison. Where are they from? Contents Under Pressure, Just Like People. Art and design by Jason Sturtle. This is Wolves People from Newburgh, Oregon. Okay. And it's early. It's a young one, 6'8". 6'8", so it's about a month old. Okay, let's pour it. I had a barrel-aged one, and then I had that porter. I figured this one might have more of a rye to it. I don't know. It's a little. We'll see how it goes. It's got Brettanomyces in it, I believe. It says Sebastian Brett, so it's got a Brett in it. Nice looking honey color, honey golden. Nice oily kind of fluffy head, sort of, I guess. Some bubbles on there, some big bubbles, some rockiness. Let's smell it real quick. Oh, it's lemony and lemongrassy and herbal. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Kind of spicy. I like that. Can't wait to get into this. Cheers, guys.
Nice.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, Bear Man. Josh, you get your wax off?
Finally got your wax.
You're muted.
Still muted.
You're still muted.
Josh, you got to unmute
Now?
yourself, buddy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it took me almost 20 minutes to get this damn wax. I don't know why people put wax on bottles of in the butt, but
It's fancy.
anyways, I guess it's the aesthetic. But from Commonwealth Brewing out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, I have the Marveloso Cuvée 2020 Imperial Stout aged in cognac, bourbon, brandy, rum, and rye barrels at 13.5%.
Almost got me, Josh.
Almost got you.
8.1 here.
Don't put wax on your bottles.
Right? Seems just like wasted money. I mean, it seems like wasted machinery and wax, and I don't know.
It's
it makes
terrible,
it look neat,
dude. Like, it's the worst. But anyways.
but it makes it look neat.
Cork and cage, people. Yeah. Cork
Exactly.
and cage.
Cork and
If you're gonna
cage,
be
you wanna do
fancy,
it, right?
use a cork and cage.
Cork and
You
Gage.
better pour the shit out of that. Like, that's not going to keep it head at all. Wow, I like the color of that stuff.
Okay.
Wow. Like motor oil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super dark in appearance. Nice bubbles up top. About less than a finger head on this guy, but yeah, got a lot of barrel in there. So yeah, we'll see how well it tastes and all that stuff on the next one. Thanks for having me, Bumpy. Sorry for being late, but I did find a rye beer. So cheers.
That's all
Nice
right.
head for a big
You
bear.
arrived.
I knew you had one. I knew he had one in his closet somewhere.
That's right. All right. So my beer is a little bit weird because it doesn't mention anywhere that it has rye. Like, you go on their website, it doesn't mention anything. It doesn't mention the malts, the hops, nothing. But when the brewery was delivering this to the beer shop that I frequent, they told the owner what was stuff, and they did say that there was rye malt used. This is a barley wine. Comes in at 9%. It's from Hobbs Brewing Company out of West Ossipee, New Hampshire, and it's called Chikora's Curse. May the Great Spirit curse you when he speaks in the clouds, and his words are fire. May lightning blast your crops, wind and fire destroy your homes. The evil one breathe death on your cattle. May panthers howl and the wolves fatten your bones.
I don't know if I trust
All right.
that. Bad news written all over it, literally.
Yeah.
Quite
Yeah, I mean, you
quite
look at
disturbing.
You get the wolf in the skull.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely has some carbonation to it.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Come on, join the club. Let's go.
Little can of smoke.
Not so much.
Big ass bottle, too. Oh, there we went. Wow. Stop!
It would have stayed.
It was going to
go
go down.
do that at first.
Welcome to the
So
Head
this
Club.
has a very kind of tight white-ish head to it. It's a little bit off-white. I can tell you that little bit of a sip off the head there. It's spicy like rye. So I believe there is rye in this.
Okay.
The cap didn't want to go back on. It popped right back off and knocked stuff out.
Carbonated.
But yeah, the beer color itself is a nice kind of cherry red amber, and you can see the carbonation going up through. It is clear as well.
It is way more clear than ours. Yeah. So far, that looks good.
So yeah,
Nice.
and now I don't look good. Don't look good.
Yep. Nail bomb.
Nail bombed it.
High fives.
All right. So let's go ahead back to miscellaneous so you can talk about his brew, as I don't accept the spam risk from New Jersey.
It's Alex. Oh yeah. Still got some head retention on mine. I don't know, drunk one. It's
Yeah,
still
probably-
gonna taste good.
Oh, it did. Yeah, I've already had some. I gotta say.
Yeah.
I
So
can't wait.
off the top, I get a slight. It's a slight sharp, like rye spice booziness. It's not too heavy, but it's there. You definitely get that alcohol just a bit, just enough to let you know it's in there. Followed up by a nice sweet vanilla. I get brown sugar molasses on the nose. It's nice because the sweetness kind of balances with the rye spice. It's not too aggressive either way. But yeah, looks great, smells great. Cheers, guys.
Hi, Kitty.
Cheers.
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 So this one's got a lighter body to it for sure. I'd say it's medium. And this thing got alcohol legs for days. So yeah, it is sweet. That brown sugar with that very bready halfway through the sip, like bread crust. I get like a caramel toffee kind of thing cracking. It's rich and it's almost desserty kind of.
It is.
It's like I'd say kind of like an aperitif, like after supper type of beer, but not too sweet. Man, I just love it. That rye kicks off with that brown sugar, and it's really not boozy. You get a slight warming on the way down. It's fantastic. This one's a winner all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me, BuMpy.
Here's miscellaneous.
Cheers,
I'm
man.
glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah. Hey, John.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. I'm a little pissed that I don't have that beer, but I'll probably be okay with this one. The Dark Truth. All right, so yeah, it's been sitting. It's got some decent head retention, some glass lacing already starting to form there.
Yeah.
The nose on this it's really just like a straight stout. The 9.7% alcohol is not coming through at all. It smells like a really roasty, toasty, like a Old Rasputin or Stillwater on Fleek, something like that. A straight stout with a lot of roasted malt character. It does have the oat, the wheat, the rye, the barley, and what was the other one? Anyway, it's got a lot of malt in here. I'm not smelling anything that would indicate rye. I mean, that spicy note's not really coming through. But a lot of the hops are coming through. 60 IBU. It smells like a Russian Imperial. Really, the first thing that comes to mind with this is the Old Rasputin Russian Imperial Stout. It smells a lot like that.
Nice.
A little bit of dark chocolate and caramel on the nose. The hops and the roasted malt character is really what shines with this. It smells like a winner, though. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Good looking beer in the glass. So cheers, guys. Let's get into
Cheers
it.
to you, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers, John.
That's a good beer.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet.
Sounds good.
Very nice. Very, very roasty, toasty, decadent. Dark roasted or dark toasted bread notes come through initially. Some dark chocolate. Coffee. Coffee. There's no coffee in this, but there's an astringency and a bitterness that is definitely coming from the roasted malts in this. I mean, you could probably fool a lot of people into thinking that this is a coffee stout because it has that profile just from the roasted malt character. The 9.7% is passed exceptionally well. The carbonation is on the low side. The body with this is on the medium to high side. It's very rich. The oats provide a little bit of a creaminess to the mouthfeel, but I think that coffee kind of just puts it into that pretty quickly because it is bitter from the roasted malt. And then the hops on the back end, you're getting a little bit of earthy hop note. So it's definitely got some bitterness on the back end, which kind of drops off the finish quite nicely. And it's inviting in that sense. It makes you want to go back in for another sip, which I'm going to do now.
Yeah, man. Ooh.
Cheers.
A little bit of caramel comes through, but the sweetness from that really drops off quickly because of the deep, dark, roasted malt and that coffee flavor that you get from that in addition to the hops on the finish. But there is a little bit of a caramel note before you get to that finish, which is nice. No alcohol presence. It's an enjoyable beer. If you love Russian Imperial stouts, this would probably be like up in the world-class range, honestly. It's a little bit too bitter for me personally. I'd like a little bit more malt sweetness because it does have those 5 different malts in there. I wish maybe I would distinguish a little bit of the rye, a little bit of the wheat, a little bit of the oats, a little bit of the barley. But it kind of it does come together quite nicely, but if I didn't read it on the website, all the different malt, like I would have never guessed that there were any other malts in there other than roasted barley. Because it's just got that dark, roasty, toasty, bready note. There's no spice. There's really not a lot of creaminess from the oats. There's not a wheat bread type note that you get with your wheat malt-based beers. It's just a very roasty, toasty, decadent beer. It's quite enjoyable. I really love it. I think it's a wonderful beer. I still wish I had that rye on rye right about now.
Well,
It's a wonderful beer, and
one might fall into a box with your address on it. We'll have to figure something out.
14.3. It's only quick fact before I'll keep sipping on it and think of a rating. But Coweta County, the county that I live in, is voting on packers, and as soon as next month, actually, there's a lot of buildings that have actually been erected that look like they could be future package stores. We may be getting liquor here soon, which I'm very excited about. It was on the front page of the paper again today. So that would be great if I could just go right down the street and get my craft beer, my wine, my liquor, all in one place. I don't have to worry about driving to the next county over. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about rye beers, and this is a winner. I'll come back around with final thoughts and ratings. Thank you, BuMpY, for having me. And happy birthday again to Beer.
Happy birthday, man.
Wait. John, we had this discussion earlier. Men cannot have babies.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we?
It's the ride the tiger. Next one, Blake.
What's
up, Joey?
The chat is just turned up over there. Thanks, Shell. They are
Hello,
too.
everybody.
That's Grimra. All right.
This is the bottle from Blue Point Brewing in Patchogue, Long Island, and it's called Rastafari Ale, and it's a West Coast style rye IPA. Now that big head that we saw before has gone down to maybe a half a finger of white, and getting good head retention. And as you swirl it, it does come back, and it's nice lacing on the side. And the color, as I said before, is kind of a light orange, clear through, and there's a nice stream of bubbles coming up. But let me get a nose on it. Getting kind of a spicy nose. I can't differentiate that it's rye, but it does smell like some kind of spice. And it's fairly strong. That's about the only nose I'm getting. So I guess it's time for a sip. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers, Mike.
Okay, it's fairly intense in the flavor, and you can tell that it's rye, because it does taste like rye. You're getting maybe a tinge of rye bread, but there's also rye across the taste. Medium body, and kind of a slick mouthfeel. I have notes here. 56 IBUs, but I would say the bitterness is kind of, middle of the road. It's not intensely bitter, kind of middle bitterness, and really good drinkability. And the 7.6% alcohol is masked with the rye, I think. It goes down pretty easy. I'm enjoying it, and I would recommend it. I think this is something that most everybody on the panel would like, I think. It's an InBev. It's an InBev company, so I'm not sure how far their distribution goes.
I get pretty freaking rare.
Patchogue, Long Island, which is about 35 miles east of me. They were a small brewery, and since they've been taken over, I think they have more, they sell more beer, but I don't know how far it gets out of this region. And I got this from the food co-op, so locally here in Brooklyn, but I would recommend it. And if you do see some of the beers from Blue Point, pick them up, give them a try, and I'll come back with a number when we come back around.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh through your review there. It's just the chat's just tearing it up, That looks like an awesome beer. All right, it's my turn. All right, I got the same thing as Drew instead of BuMpy, the Rye on Rye. Man, this is an awesome freaking beer. Certainly worth the price. Look at I'm going to rub this into John. Look at the lacing on there. Oh, my camera's not going to do it. Or the legs. The legs. It doesn't have lacing. It's got legs. This sucker is thick and rich and caramel. And they emptied out the, what's it say, Thompson's Templeton Distillery. When they emptied out the booze out of there, they put this stuff in there. And, man, they did a really good job with it. I hate to take off his coattails just like he did, but kind of medium body. The alcohol, despite its 14.3, is pretty well hidden. It has a little warming going down, just like Drew said, and it's very, very enjoyable. There's I think $15.99 a 4 pack. But it's a big ass beer. It's definitely it's sweet. It's rich. It's yummy. It's what was the notes they said over here? I think I had it on a different one. I won't waste your time with it a bunch. Boulevard Brewing Company says this Brawny Tawny Ale is savory celebration of spice, rye malt, and rye whiskey. Compliments of extended aging in our freshly emptied Templeton rye barrels. Rye on Rye pours deep amber and evokes notes of charred oak and vanilla. Which finishes with a delightfully boozy and sweet, and that's and it is what it is. It is what they say it is. This is going to have an excellent score for me. Everybody in the world has scored this pretty well, and one might have to fall in a box to go to John because he needs one. It's I don't know if I could drink 2 or 3 of these in a row. They are the kind of like that last beer of the night. Or Alex would love this shit, man. I'm telling you, he's got the sweet tooth.
Anybody can do it.
This is like the last beer.
Anybody can do it.
Not because of the booze, but because it's just so sweet. It's great. If you can get your hands on it, try it. I'll give high scores when I come back around. Thank you for having me. And it's fucking yummy. Let's do better, right? Very pleased with this beer. It's worth the price. It's $3.50 a 12-ounce bottle, but Hey, man, cheers to Boulevard. Looks like they're rocking it tonight. They're representing a couple different beers here. Right?
They're
We all know that's not.
the thumbnail to this show tonight.
That's
Oh, is it?
so
That
perfect.
particular beer?
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
right. Nice. Right, I didn't even see that. All right, cheers. Oh, and a happy birthday, beer man.
Oh, thank you. Burp.
Cheers, Dio. Thank you.
Oh, it's my turn.
Mic
Oh
drop.
my goodness. All right. Well, let's get into this. Man, the chat is really funny tonight. You guys are funny. You guys are making me laugh like mofos, dude. Serious, I'm laughing. I'm laughing a lot.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's what we do.
All right, cool. Let's get into this. All right, getting into the smell. It got into my nose. There's a little bit of like a caramel breadiness in the nose, but there's a floral, spicy thing going on. It's got the Brett pushing through, like kind of a farmhouse, barnyard kind of thing. Kind of that footy kind of odor thing going on. All right, getting into it again. It's hazy. I never mentioned that. It's a medium rising bubble. Now we're going to drink. Now I'm done.
Let's do this.
Cheers.
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 Spicy herbal lemongrass. A little honey. Wild. It's got a wild flavor to it. It's not Band-Aid or farmy. It's just very kind of like a wild fermentation. That wild. You can get kind of that bready kind of wildness, that funk. It doesn't have Band-Aid. It doesn't have. It's just kind of. It almost tastes like a grassy hay, like a hay or like a. I don't know. It's good. It's good. It's dry in the back. It's rye in the back. This is currently about 50 degrees, 55. It's been sitting a while. That spicy lemon spice or lemongrass is huge in this. Wow, it's good. I actually, it's drinkable. It's got a nice, kind of a medium lightish kind of mouth or body. Mouth feels kind of, I don't know. It's nice. It's wet until it hits the dry in the back. It's a fast finish. Like I said, it's drinkable. It's actually pretty fun to drink. It's got a lot of like layers in it. I like that. Herbal, very lemony. Really good. I definitely have some thoughts on this one. I don't know if I got all the hit on all, but maybe I missed something. But very good beer. Yeah, I'll have something for you. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, very much. And next up is.
God damn.
I expected nothing less.
Popped off. So finally, my beer it calmed down, but man, it left a lot of damage on the glass. Look at that; it's just all over it, just sticky, icky, wicky. Holy crap! It took it at least 8 minutes for it to settle down. Shimona. But this beer is, it's all right.
It's all right. Oh, jeez.
We all got the jokes tonight.
The jokes have been coming.
Right off the head, I get the Belgium yeast. I'm guessing it's got to be like SO4 or something. I mean, it's that Belgiumine, like that sweet yeast, that heaven, and it leads into some maltiness with some rye aromas. 8.1% is not hidden at all.
Oh boy,
it's got that booziness to the smell, but that's Launchpad, man. That's their Aurora's best brewery in my book. They blow Dry Dock out of the water. Don't tell Alex that. Mum's the word. But for the taste, cheers.
Who's mom?
Cheers.
Mum's the word.
who's mom?
Yeah. I said don't tell Alex. I said that Launchpad is better than Dry Dock.
Right. Got it.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, balls the nose with yeastiness. maltiness, ryeness, all that goodness. Very sweet and smooth. It's smooth at the same time. Delicious, but man, does it have a boozy punch. And yeah, there's that spice all throughout it too. From the rye, you get that spice from the beginning throughout to the end. So a hell of a balanced freaking beer, and it's not very dark. I would call that ruby red or so, almost an amber. Cheers. Yep.
Cheers.
I'll have numbers next time around.
Cheers, Joe.
Nice.
All right. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. So I have from Commonwealth out of Virginia Beach, the Marveloso Cuvée 2020. Imperial Stout aged in rye barrels, bourbon barrels, cognac barrels, and rum barrels. 13.5%. Head still clinging a little bit on there. Half a finger, pinky. Super dark. Not much carbonation really, but I'm surprised the head lingered as good as it did. But it's going for the nose and see what I pull out. And get a lot of those barrels right up front. You get some like a dark chocolate. You get some pepperiness, I think, maybe coming from the rye barrels. Just a lot of booze on the nose with all those barrels kind of cuveed in together. Maybe a little bit of coffee, some vanilla on there. But yeah, just a lot of booziness. You get booziness right up front. Like I said, probably because all those different barrels are thrown in there. But I'm not sure what rye barrels they use. I know in previous times they used Woodford rye, but this time they don't tell you, I guess, because they throw a bunch of different barrels in there. But yeah, let's go in for a taste and see what I pull out. Cheers.
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 Cheers, Josh.
So yeah, that alcohol hits you right up front. You get that chocolate, some of that coffee, a little bit of vanilla. You get kind of like a peppery tobacco type taste to it, intertwined in the mixture. There's a lot going on in this. Like I said, I think a combination of all those different barrels, it kind of mingles all together. But you definitely get that dark chocolate, not like a baker's chocolate, more like a maybe more like a mixture between a milk chocolate and a baker's chocolate, because there is kind of
Semi-sweet.
yeah, semi-sweet type chocolate.
Yeah, dude.
Medium to full mouthfeel on this one. Picking up some like leather, a little bit of tobacco on it. Maybe a little bit of dark fruits on this one. Definitely taste that 13.5. You can kind of feel it warming as it goes down your chest. But yeah, a lot of great flavors in this one. There's not too much description. I don't know what other adjuncts and stuff they put in there. Usually some of their stouts, they have a bunch of like, oh, we use these type of vanilla beans or, Ghirardelli chocolate and all that kind of stuff. But it's pretty much just the barrels they use and an Imperial Stout and the ABV. So, but yeah, this one's good. Going with the big boy, the 750 bottle. So I got to finish the rest of it because once I open these, I'm not recapping them. So, but I mean, I think this bottle cost me $30 for this 750 bottle. So it's not cheap, but yeah, I like all the flavors in it. Good stuff. So, cheers to me, BuMpY. Cheers to the panel. Cheers to the chat. And I'm gonna keep sipping on this one and see what kind of score I pull out. So, cheers.
Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers.
Sounds awesome, Josh. Sounds very bourbon.
doesn't it?
County, yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really good. It's just
With the
so many
tobacco.
barrels. It's kind of hard to pinpoint what because there's so much going on in it, but it's good.
I'm just really glad that you could actually get out of your driver's seat of your Audi and
Right?
I was in the garage earlier. I was like, oh shit. I should have done a beer review in the Audi.
Only one of us could get back to
That's
the
right, you did.
You should
Right.
start that.
Pretty much.
There you go. That's your channel.
Nope.
Audi beer reviews.
Oh. Nice.
uh, So this beer here, this barley wine, Chicora's Curse. It's got some bready notes, spicy notes, kind of earthy tone, a bit of like some dark cherry. But yeah, very, very kind of earthy tone for the most part. Spicy. All right, cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers, BuMpy.
Cheers.
Treat you right.
This one kind of has a medium body, a little bit sticky, low side carbonation. Actually, it's not like not even really reaching the medium realm in carbonation. It is drying to the palate. It does leave a burning sensation in the throat area, but not like alcohol burn. It's more like a lot of like spice type burn. I would say it's kind of the same burn you get if you drink a cough syrup type thing. It's kind of got that kind of feeling that you get in your throat sometimes after downing some cough syrup. It doesn't taste like cough syrup though. It does have a little bit of a bready to biscuity type note. It does have a lot of spices in there that do remind me of rye bread. I love rye bread, rye toast. So very, very spicy. Earth tone, like with the hopping on this. It has that earth tone bitterness to finish it off with that spicy flavor. Still going pretty strong. 9% ABV. I mean, there's no alcohol flavor to this, and it's not an alcohol burn. It doesn't warm the chest at all. It is like a spicy burn in the top of the throat. Yeah, a little bit of the cherry notes don't come through so much in the flavor. It kind of turns into more of a bit of a darker fruit type note, though. I'd say a bit like maybe dates with all that spiciness and earthy tone. So, yeah, I'm going to be thinking of a score on this one, and I'll be back at the end to reveal where I land this on a scale of 100. Cheers, everybody. We're going to go back to
Cheers to you, sir.
Miscellaneous. So give out scores, any shout outs.
Right. Ooh, hey, welcome back. You're really sweating. That's a good beer. What happened over there? You need a fan or something? You all right?
It's Florida, man.
Welcome to Florida. All right, cheers.
Hot there too.
Florida man just came through your ceiling.
I got some of that in the fridge. I'll probably have one of those next.
Such a good beer.
Yeah. So just some more little finishing tasting notes on this. This is definitely warmed up by now.
Yeah.
Definitely up to my room temperature, probably at least. I'd probably put this beer at probably 75 degrees, maybe 80.
All right.
That sweetness has kind of gone away on the nose. Getting a little bit more of that rye spice for sure. Booziness is still about the same. On the taste, though, it's definitely changed. You still get a slight sweetness, but I get a lot more of that rye spice, and the finish on it it's changed a little bit. It seems a little bit more dense now, a little more thicker on the palate, a little more sticky. It's different.
No, what you're saying is right. I'm getting the same thing. Yeah, it wasn't like before. It's kind of smooth
It's
out.
got a sharp bite,
Warms up.
sharp rye bite on the very back of the tongue and the back sides of the tongue, almost letting on this slightly sour, oily note. Not like sour like a goza, but it's different. I guess because they make like rye, like sour mash stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. It's good. This beer right here, Scored. I think I did this on somebody else's show. I can't remember. It's 99. This is a world-class beer right here. It's absolutely fantastic. The only reason I don't give this 100 is because there might be something out there that could knock this in the dirt, but it's going to have to be really, really damn good. Alcohol, like I said, well hidden in this. Fantastic product. This is the best rye beer I've ever had. If I could find more of this, I would do it. This is the last one I had cellared or whatever. I managed to hold on to it for a couple months. So,
I agree.
Fantastic beer. Fantastic score. Shout outs. Are we doing that now too? Yeah. Catch me on Instagram. There'll be some more miscellaneous brew reviews coming out. And I got a big beer haul coming, 2 of them. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll have some unboxing videos in a bit. So
awesome.
Cheers. What's Food Friday this week?
I don't know.
Wild card.
Oh yeah,
Wild Card Food Friday.
Wild Card Friday. Chicken gizzards and
bring anything.
Nice.
Beer, bring some food.
John Womack turned it weird.
Bubble gum and beer.
Yeah. John Womack turned it weird. He said placenta.
If you want to get in on that, you got to hurry up and get the links because he can only have 5 spots, an exclusive show. So
right.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Exactly. Yeah. Cheers, you sir. Cheers, you sir. That was a good review. Good shout out. Awesome.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank
Birthday
you,
for you, man.
Oh yeah.
That is a good shout out. I just hate hearing about Food Friday when it's Monday and I just got out of work for the week. Like, don't rush my week off.
That's too bad.
I see you down there, chat.
Hey.
All right, there you go. Hey, no respect. Oh, sorry.
All right. So the Dark Truth, it's an excellent beer. One thing about this beer, if I didn't actually look it up, I do have to actually give Miscellaneous credit for this because I bought this and I had no idea they used rye malt. And he was like, hey, they use rye in that beer. You're good for Malty Monday. I was like, shut up. He was like, it's true. I looked it up on the website and sure, they use rye malt. And I mentioned 5 malts earlier. It is only malt: rye, barley, wheat, and oats. There's really no differentiation between. It just tastes like really rich roast malt. Some nice hop character with the earthy hop notes on the finish. It's an excellent beer, and it really, to me, it's very reminiscent of a Russian Imperial. I'm going to go with, and I may be dropping my rating from, I joined somebody's show. I haven't reviewed it individually yet, but I'm going to go with a 94. I think initially I gave it a 95 or a 96, but it just, there's too much that goes into this beer for me not to be experiencing more than what I'm experiencing. It's a great Russian Imperial style stout. It's very similar to the old Rasputin Russian Imperial. It's rich, it's malty, it's robust. It's got medium to heavy body with a little bit of creaminess from the oats in there, and that coffee and that hoppy finish. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like there should be a little bit more for what all goes into this beer. So what did I just say? 94? I'm going to go with 94 out of 100. It's an excellent beer. But I would have probably rather had the rye on rye, to be honest.
Right. But so you think they might have put too many hops in there and they covered up the sweetness of the malty? I mean, is that what you think happened, or what do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I just think that when you use that much, you're roasting all the malts to the extent that they're like borderline burnt. They're not burnt, but it's a very deep roast with all of the malt action that I'm getting. I just feel like when you get to that level, it's hard to differentiate between the different malts. Maybe they should have just used the barley and the oats and then finished it in like a rye barrel or something.
Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense. That sounds different.
or the wheat as well is very mild. They could have put wheat in there, but yeah, like finish it in a rye barrel to get some of that spice, be a little bit more nuanced versus just roast. When you use all those different malts as a base, I feel like maybe some of that essence of the malt character is lost. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not a home brewer. I can't begin to tell you. I know rye is a very difficult malt to brew with. BuMpy was talking about the attenuation with it earlier, and Beer Man it gets the consistency to it, and you have to skim off. Anyway, it's not an easy process when you're brewing with rye, and there's a lot of malts in here, so it's excellent beer. 94 out of 100. I'm just gonna stick at it. It is a wonderful beer. I would definitely recommend it. But as a Boulevard beer drinker and lover, I'd much rather have the whiskey barrel aged stout or the rye on rye that you guys are drinking, or the Canadian whiskey barrel aged they have is excellent. They're all in the A range, though. You can't go wrong with Boulevard. So 94 out of 100. As far as shout outs are concerned, Stout Sunday every Sunday morning at 10:30 Eastern time. We get together much like this. We drink porters, stouts, just talk and review our beers, have a good time. Michael Kormeroff is my co-host, and we usually have a pretty good turnout. But a lot of people, don't drink that early, so it's kind of hit or miss, I guess. Robert the Whiskey Scout is usually on there when he can join. Alex the Beer Master has been joining a lot lately, but he didn't join tonight, so I'm a little worried about him. He'd say he's going to run beer, but he didn't show up. Josh is on vacation, I believe, so I expect him to be on Stout Sunday next week. And if he's not there,
I'll be coming home from PA. I'll be coming back from Philly, so we'll see. Probably not.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. All right. And then
I'll do it in my car.
Beer Buddies coming up soon. Keep talking about this test. I'm literally at his first at this point, just waiting for him to have availability, and we will do it. It's going to be like a one-on-one interview type thing, kind of like a podcast. It was inspired by some of the podcasts I was listening to, and BuMpy's going to be my first guest, and then we'll go from there, and just talk about beer and craft beer stuff and home brewing and whatever else happens to come up in the conversation. And that's all I get.
If you can get out
And happy
of work
birthday.
early, like Josh, and, I have time tomorrow before all the stuff happens on Tuesday.
I gotta go to the DMV tomorrow.
Okay, that's gonna be
And we're live.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, I've got like a 9-hour work day tomorrow. I'll let you know, but I wouldn't count on it.
And we're live.
Maybe Thursday. Maybe Thursday.
Is it gonna be like a Barbara Walters type interview type thing? 2020
Thursday
edition.
We'll
will work.
talk about it.
I think Kate's going to blow me off again. So
Okay. All right.
I think BuMpy's busy tomorrow.
And we're live.
My girlfriend off, so we could do it Thursday. Cheers.
cheers.
Oh, geez.
All right. Thank you, John.
He finally stopped talking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Michael.
Again, Rastafari from Blue Point. I enjoyed it. As you can see, it has been completed. I'm finished it. Very good beer. Recommend it. Going to give it a 92. So it's my highest A-. I guess it could have been, the balance could have been a little bit better between the rye and the IPA style that it was intended to be. But still, it was an A-. And if you do see Blue Point products in your area, you should pick them up and try them because they do make good beers. And John already plugged Stout Sunday. I'm going to try to be there again this Sunday. I try every week, at least to be on for an hour, and it depends on when Miss Audrey wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the beach during the summer, but I hope to get on more of Malty Mondays and Beer and Cheese Tuesdays and Wild Card Wednesdays with both And this week, I guess Jay is doing another wild card this week on Wednesday, so there'll be dueling wild card Wednesday.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Should be interesting. But I'll try to get on more during the summer. And thanks a lot, BuMpY, for having me on.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for
Thanks for showing up.
It's always cool to see you. Bye, Michael.
Or not. Your screen blanked out for a second. It showed your avatar. Right. No, you know you're always welcome. I think I speak for the most of us. Oh, hey, it's me again. All right. Wow, the bottle. I had the same thing that Andrew had, and not BuMpY. Man, this is a badass beer. I won't stall anybody for time because we're already after the top of the hour with this. Mine has gone also like Mr. Cormoras, and it was an awesome beer. I think I'm gonna crack one more. It is really sweet and decadent. You got to be that kind of guy that's ready for all that. I think if you had some vanilla ice cream and you put a little bit in your glass, right, and covered it with that stuff, that'd make for a nice end of the night, kind of a nightcap kind of thing. I'm also going to mimic his numbers with the 99. There might be a better rye beer out there. Rye really wasn't, and again, don't want to take a bunch of time. Rye really wasn't supposed to be in beer so much, but they incorporated it into beer. That's why he had troubles finding things as to what it's about, is because it really doesn't belong in beer. Tastes great in beer, and anyway, if you can find this stuff, go and get it. Rye on Rye by Boulevard Brewing. Blah blah. 14.3, John, I'll send you one. And 33 IBUs. They left all the sweetness in there. It's very sweet and decadent. It's worth the price. It's a damn good beer. Go find it if you can get it. Rye on Rye, 99 out of 100. My shout outs. I'm just now editing the last. It really wasn't part of the whole party video, but it's more like a B-roll kind of thing I did with with John and Ellie and Kate, his new wife. Future wife, and Toby, the family dog at this point. But anyway, it's almost done. It's kind of tear jerking because I missed. It was the end of the whole ride, and it's like the last scene is like my camera goes into black. I'm getting into the Uber car and stuff, and the thing's all sideways, and I forgot the camera was running. I just kind of crammed it down into my bag, and that's how the whole scene ends. But anyway, look for that really quick. Probably tomorrow afternoon or something for that. Look out for that really quick. Only got a little bit more segments to put in there. I got to put some music behind it and some ocean noises just because it didn't do the audio quite as like it could have. Anyway, cheers. Look out for that. Thanks for having me. And I'll try to tune into more of these Mondays. I take Mondays off and goof off doing things, but this has been a really good beer. If you can find it, get it. John, look out. You got one.
What did you score that?
99.
Just like you, sir. I followed directly behind you. No, it's perfect. No, there's nothing wrong with this. It's really good. It's super sweet. You can't get these and go to the beach. Right? These are like the last beer of the night. Just had a big meal and.
Yeah. If you are gonna send me one of
you
those,
you're gonna have.
I'll get you one, man. I'll get you one.
You get sunburned.
I hear that beef jerky works just as good as bubble wrap.
Oh, okay. And jerky too. Happy birthday, beer man.
Thank you, man. Right on.
and little green spicy peppers work too.
Oh yeah, I still got some peppers. Cheers. Happy birthday, buddy.
All right, man. All right. So I didn't say this was 28 IBUs. There we go. Just to recap on this, lemongrassy rice. I'm reading off my notes. Lemongrassy rice spice, slight orange blossom floral. Is what I was getting on the floral. Kind of like an orange blossom honey, actually. Light funk, kind of a light funk for the bread. I was expecting a little more Band-Aid. Dry finish, nice flavor profile altogether. Drinkable, light, dry, interestingly tasty. Very interesting. Dry resides on the side of the tongue and finish. It leaves a bitterness on the back. Caraway-like, with like caraway seeds. Kind of a slight nutty, bittersweet, citrus pepperness. Like that's kind of... I don't know, it was weird. Sourdough comes to mind. The fact that Brett yeast was used and it wasn't super crazy without the Band-Aid and the hardcore funk, that really allowed me to enjoy the Brett style beer without the Johnson & Johnson. So it was really nice. Thank you, Johnson & Johnson, for not being there tonight.
I don't think anybody wants that anymore.
I just don't want that. So interesting though. Fun to drink. Different, tasty. I scored this a 95 in the middle. Nice beer. It made me happy. So that's all that you can say, right? I mean, if it makes you happy, score it good. So, and I think it was well made too. So, Beer and Cheese is open table Tuesday, tomorrow, 8:00 Eastern. Be there or be square. And if you want to be up there later, we'll give you about a 10-15 minute window to come in. I can maybe throw the link up in the chat, but I will delete that right away. So be prepared. Bring your cheese and beer. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Wednesday. I just don't want the crazies in the house.
No, you're good. You're good.
I gotcha.
Wednesday will be the first adjunct, and it will be a wild card one. So I always do a wild card, then I do 3 after of a set one. So we'll do a wild one. We'll get introduced to it. Bring an adjunct beer of choice. I don't care if it's a lager, stout, porter, whatever. Bring it. Yeah. I've been putting out a bunch of videos lately. I went into Total Wine and More over in Longview, Washington, and finally was able to go out there. So some of you might have seen that video there where I showed some of the stuff off. I've got quite a few beers, man. Holy shit! I spent a little too much, but we've got one little thing going there. I'm trying to get through the Oriental beers right now. I got one more Japanese IPA to throw up, and then we're going to get into the other stuff. But look out for that. And yes, I am 47 years old today. Actually, 5:00 in the morning I was. But thanks, guys. This is great.
Buddy.
Thanks, BuMpy. I appreciate you, man. Cheers. Much love, man. Oh yeah.
Cheers.
I'm buzzed.
We'll keep the birthday boy up.
Fucking rye beer, boys.
That's right. Fucking right.
We got Chatty.
Oh no, not this guy.
Chatty-o.
Thanks, Theo. I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't do nothing. I said,
I know. I'm just having fun. I said, no, not that guy. That's your line, by the way. Launchpad Brewery. I call it brewing company. It's brewery. There's actually a Launchpad Brewery on the East Coast, but it is their missing E, red rye, Belgian Tripel, Malty, Bounce, Smooth, 8.1%. Fucking awesome, baby. It's an incredible beer that goes on a fun journey, man. There's just so much to this beer. There's a lot to it. I didn't even get all the notes out of it. The Belgian yeast works perfect with the rye malts and the other malts. Why am I drunk? There we go. Okay.
8.1?
Aren't we all?
You're drunk.
8.1, maybe?
The camera was drunk too. I'm gonna score this a 98 out of 100. This the only thing I would like to see them do better the next time is more of those rye malts. Because that Belgian yeast to me was just too much in your face, just too front and center. If they could figure out a perfect balance between the ryeness and the Belgian, 100 all day. As for shout outs, I released a video today of me grilling up a pork chop, and here in the next probably 20 minutes or so, I'm going back out to the grill, and I will be grilling me making some chicken boobies. So we'll have some
chicken boobies. Is that what you said?
Yep. Chicken
What's
breast.
that mean? What is that?
I hope they're round and have a
Chicken
nipple.
breasts.
No, not the camera. Chicken boobies. What are chicken boobies? That looks a lot like
Chicken breast.
Chicken breast.
Oh, chicken. Oh, chicken. All right, fine.
Double B or C?
Get your mind out of the gutter, Dio. Just kidding.
Right?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Chicken.
Along-
what are you getting there?
Along with that, I'll be starting a new series this Friday. Definitive for a while. It's going to be weekend warm up. Just like Monday Mingle, we'll just get a bunch of people in there to hang out and chit chat and just shoot the shit. That's a Friday weekend warm up. So I'm gonna get the party started for the weekend.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Nice, Chatty. Cheers.
And I'm out.
Cheers, Chatty. Thank you for joining.
Sorry, I'm eating this cookie over here.
Oh, the cookie.
He did it all for the cookie. Yeah, the cookie.
It's delicious. Check out my cookie dealer.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways, I'm still working on this big ass 750 ml bottle. Marveloso. I forgot to mention it has there's brandy barrels in here too. I don't know if I mentioned that too, but
Nice.
so it's bourbon, rye, cognac, rum, and brandy barrels. 13.5. It's good. I like all the flavors on it. Good mouthfeel to it. It's a little boozy, but you definitely taste that 13.5% in this one. But I like the dark chocolate or the semi-sweet type of chocolate. You get the tobacco, you get that little peppery finish, I think, from the rye barrels. Good mouthfeel to it. But score-wise, I'll give it a 97. It's good. They do a bunch of different Marveloso series. They always switch it up for the price point and what's all involved and all that kind of stuff. 97 flavors, all that stuff. Shout out to these shows who actually let me drink beers in my cellar and just not let them sit there. So, yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, this beer is delicious if you can find it in your area.
Nope.
So fine. Other shout outs. I don't really have any shout outs. I just
No, this is your shout out, Josh. Let me help you with your shout out. I'm really scared right now, but at some point I'm going to make my own channel and I'm going to review beers like these other guys. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, but gosh, I think I'm ready.
I think he's ready too. Let's do it, Josh. I'll help you with editing. I mean, you sent me.
I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
Not at all.
Done. That's
All right, I got one.
three
I got
of
one.
you.
Filler.
what is that?
Philly Crooker 87. All lowercase, all no spaces. Philly Crooker
There you go. Yeah.
87. It's
go.
his Instagram.
There you
Post
go.
pictures of his beer and other various things on there.
There you
Go check it out. And one of these days, he's going to start a channel on YouTube.
I hope
Until
so.
then, we'll just have to.
I mean,
We'll just have to be
Until
satisfied
then.
with his Insta.
His
Stuff.
Instagram
I'm just a
photos
simple
from
man who
his
drinks
audience.
simple beers. I don't like to get all fancy with beers. I just drink simple beers and all that.
Oh, really?
Well, that's a bunch of malarkey.
Macro only in this
crap
house.
right there.
Uh,
See.
Thanks, BuMpY, for having me. Thanks to
You
the
bet.
panel.
Okay.
Thanks to the chat.
Yes, sir.
And drink delicious beer.
There you go. You
Cheers.
said it. You said it. Cheers to that.
Cheers,
Drink
Josh.
delicious beers. You bet.
All right.
This cookie's delicious.
Hi, Josh.
Last but not least.
I was trying to get to my
There's
channel
no
so I
problem.
could add JB as a blue wrench, but it wouldn't let me on. I keep bringing me
Oh yeah. We'll work on that. That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that later, man.
whatever.
We'll get you in, Jeremy.
It's the thought that counts. Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll
Do
get
it
you in.
myself. I would have done it, but I can't.
Stop that.
Yeah.
So this barley wine with the rye
Oh.
is definitely an interesting barley wine. It's different than what you'd get out of most barley wines. It's not as sweet. It's very earthy toned, especially with the rye spice coming through. Very nice. This beer would have gone perfectly with the meal I had last week when I went to Villaggio in Manchester. It's an Italian restaurant. And I had some wonderful duck and some nice duck breast and with cheese. Cheesy, those little cheese things there that are curled like this. And they're filled with let's ask the Italian boy here. John, what are those called? Tortellinis? Cheese tortellini? Yeah, it was cheese tortellini. With
Tortellini.
duck
You're
breast.
talking about pasta, the stuff.
Yeah, the
You're either
pasta.
talking about gnocchi or tortellini.
Yeah, tortellini.
Tortellini.
And then it had
That
this
would be
mushroom, creamy mushroom sauce. It had mushrooms throughout, like chopped up portobello mushroom type deal.
Nice.
Very earthy toned, very umami flavored. This beer would go perfectly with a meal like that.
Mm.
would have been like spot on perfect, just because this one is so spicy and earthy tone. It's nice. It's not overly done with like sometimes you get a barley wine, it's like way too bitter. This one just kind of rides the flow throughout. It's not sweet really at any point in the brew, but it's not so bitter either. It's just super balanced. Very nice barley wine. Different. It's different than any barley wine I've ever had for sure, because most barley wines do get either very sweet with the malts that are used and stuff, and it's a lot more fruity forward, and a lot of times they're very bitter as well. And this one's just not. It's a good brew. I'm going to give it a 97 out of 100 for the Hobbs Brewing Company's Chikora's Curse. This is probably the best beer I've actually had from Hobbs Brewing Company as well, so that's cool. Shout outs, got After Dark Beers is on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the start of the show. Bring a dark beer. Other than that, we got Malty Monday, which we're watching right now, 8 p.m. Eastern Time is the start of this show as well. We are going to create a poll when this all ends. The poll will be put out in various places with our hangout groups. Everybody knows about that. That's within our hangout groups. It's also going to be put up into, if Beerman can stick around,
Yes,
Beerman can create the poll. We put on his
all ready to go
page, and you'll also find it in the description of this live video. I'll post it in the description once it's up and ready to go for rewatch. You don't have to go back and watch this video at all. Just click in the description and you'll find the poll there to vote. Voting comes down this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get your votes in prior to then or right on the dot. I will make a short video just describing what wins the poll, and that will be the next beer that shows up on the next Malty Monday. I will in that video, as long as I can find something on like Beer Advocate, they have a very nice listing of the styles, so I'll just kind of copy paste the Beer Advocate style listing into the description of that video, and you can click that link and it brings you to thousands of breweries and beers that fit within whatever style that we're doing, unless that style is not listed on Beer Advocate. Then you're kind of on your own. Barrel aged non-alcoholic beers are not listed. But anyways, that's my shout outs. I want to thank the chat for being here tonight, guys. We're right on. Kept it rolling throughout the night. Appreciate everybody that watched, even if you didn't chat. Thank you all for showing up. Also,
thanks, Jamie.
Awesome panel I had tonight. I was not expecting this many
Great scores, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, great scores for a nice beer. Yeah.
Happy birthday, beer man.
Happy birthday, Beer Man.
Happy birthday, bud.
Yeah, dude.
Cheers to you, brother.
made it another year.
Happy birthday.
1 more year older than right?
We're good.
Right on.
Right.
You're younger than me.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
But,
damn.
we're going to go ahead and end this. We're going to
Thanks,
start
Chad.
creating the poll. So cheers, everybody. If Alex Beermaster was here, you'd say, this is Alex Beermaster signing out.